Daniel, how are you?
Good, good, thanks. Excited for the fight.
2 weeks away, how are you feeling?
Good. I feel that Xtreme Couture as a gym has settled pretty good with me because we have a lot of different guys here. And the good part about here is that almost everybody's bigger than me. So that helped me develop my strength and also like working with bigger people. That is something that I'm not so used to do in Mexico.
Yeah, so we are here at Xtreme Couture. Why did you pick Xtreme Couture?
I think that it's because of all the plan that I have with my team back in Mexico. You know, I'm a man that like to have everything planned. You know, I never gonna take a decision just like, oh, let's try this. So we think that for the moment that it's in my career, Xtreme Couture with the coaches that are out here with Derek that had to put me under his wing. So I think that the best decision for all the stuff that I can have here in Vegas, also the PI, all the things that I can have here, it's the best gym to be in this point of my career. So I think that I still have a lot of room to grow. You know, I'm just keep getting better here, so it's a great place.
How has it been in Vegas with the heat?
Oh, awful, awful. You know, I was in Thailand a few months back, and you know, it's almost the same temperature, but you know, in Thailand you have all the humidity, so it's a little bit nicer. But here, like you can be outside. Like the first 2 weeks, I came to the practices in bike. Now it's impossible, like impossible with the heat. No, horrible. But now, you know, I think that I get used to so.
So it's been almost a year since your fight on the Contender Series. Firstly, you know, looking back at that fight, how did you feel about that fight?
Bad. Not bad because it was not a good performance. Bad because I know that it wasn't my best performance. You know, a lot of things happened with the pandemic back in Mexico, so we practically stopped having a team. I stopped doing physical SNC, strength and conditioning. You know, we have a lot of problems finding sparring partners. I just do one round, like literally one round of sparring for a fight. You know, thank God everything goes to my way besides of the hard work that we do. But I feel that I'm in a completely different spot for this fight because it's not like I take a year off and then came back, oh, I want to fight, you know. All the year I've been working and working. Back in the time that I was in Mexico, I received my black belt in Jiu-Jitsu because before the fight I have a broken shin, fractured shin. So like I can kick for a while, so I started doing a lot of Jiu-Jitsu. I compete in a different circuits back in Mexico Jiu-Jitsu. I get my black belt, then I moved to Thailand. I stayed there for 3 months, working hard with the best level in the world. Now I'm here, so you know, I'm excited about this fight because I doesn't even know how good I become in all this year. Because you know, normally back in Mexico I'm used to be the one that it's always the best. And all these months, I'm always losing. Like everybody's killing me in the gym. But at the same time, I know that makes me a better fighter. So I'm excited about being able to see all the progress in the fight.
Were you hoping to fight a little sooner than a year?
What?
Were you hoping to fight a little sooner than a whole year?
Oh yeah, of course. The plan right now is have maybe 2-3 fights in a year, depending on how I feel in the fights and you know how I end the fight, you know, because normally I'm aiming to finish the fights quick, and not because you know I'm like, oh, I'm gonna knock you. No, it's because I'm really putting all the work to do that. So my idea is to finish the fights, and I'm pretty confident I have the abilities. So if I can do that, maybe fighting 3 times in a year sounds good. But I don't want to rush. Like, you know, lightweight especially is the toughest division in the UFC. It's not a secret. So at 23 years old, I just don't want to rush because I know that I still have a lot of room to grow in all the areas, and I'm noticing that in here. So for me, it's better taking the right amount of time, but working, you know, because it's not the same taking just the time for vacations and then like I really want to take time, but without losing the focus of being active and training all the time.
All right, so Trey Ogden, did you know who he was before you accepted the fight?
No, I really almost never know. Well, now I'm gonna start knowing, you know, because yeah. But for all the other fights and especially for this, I didn't know Trey. Now I know him pretty fucking good, you know. Like I've been studying the guy almost 3 months. I feel that he's a complete fighter. He have good background. He have a good jiu-jitsu, good wrestling. Like he's a complete fighter. It's a good challenge for me. So, you know, as all the fighters, the first couple of weeks you're nervous, like, oh fuck, I have to fight. But then I just start putting on the work, and again realizing how good I am. Here I'm training with NCAA level wrestlers, and you know, they say to me like, man, you are becoming better. So, you know, I feel good. I feel that it's a good fight for me, a good test, and I can't wait, you know, to show how good I'm start becoming.
Do you think he's gonna try and use his wrestling against you?
Oh, definitely. Well, you know, it's a fight. Who knows? But if he knows what it's good for him, he's gonna try to take me down. Because, you know, I'm well known for being an explosive fighter, having outstanding kicks, and I know that definitely he's waiting for that. But you know, I might not kick you, Trey. So, you know, now I might gonna be the one that is gonna wrestler. So, but you know, I've been working in a lot of different things. Again, back in Mexico, it's not that I don't have more resources, it's that it's the only thing that I can work. So that's why everybody only saw my kicks and jiu-jitsu, but here I have everything world class, you know, like world class boxing, world class wrestling, world class jiu-jitsu. So you know, now I have more confidence on my tools and I have better ways to use it. So, you know, if the fights go to the ground, I'm also black belt now, so it's not like he's gonna take me down and I'm gonna be like, oh, choke me, please. You know, I feel that I have a pretty strong base now to take this challenge. It's still a challenge, but you know, I feel good. I feel in a good spot for the fight.
At the end of the day, September 17th, how do you get your hand raised?
I want to knock him out. I want to finish the fight eventually. Of course, I want to knock him out. I feel that I have the strength. I am working here in the PI with the specialists in develop the strength of a fighter. I feel way more stronger. Now I'm like in 168 pounds and I still look strong, you know. Normally in other fight camps back in Mexico, I doesn't have all these tools. So, you know, I know that I have the power. I like to knock him out. If that's not possible, a submission or even decision, you know, like, of course I want to be a spectacular fighter and that's my main goal. Don't misunderstood, all the fight I'm gonna try to fucking take his head out of with one punch. But if that's not possible, it doesn't bother me, you know, like I'm not going to that fight aiming for having a bonus or, I don't know, I wanna win. You know, I'm in this sport for win and I'm gonna do whatever it takes. If a boring fight is what it takes, well, you know, as long as I keep winning.
Yeah. So, and obviously you wanted your UFC debut to be in front of a big stadium and fans, but you're back at the Apex where you got your UFC contract. Does that kind of make it kind of special?
Yes, and actually for me it's better because if you look at my career, all my career has been like ladder, going up, and I feel that it's great because when I fight for the Contender Series, it's like half capacity of the people that the Apex can afford. So now fighting in the whole Apex is like one step more, and also Trey is one step more in competition. So for me that's perfect because then the next step, who knows? Maybe T-Mobile Arena, maybe Mexico, maybe. So for me it's good that I can still in the UFC having those small steps. So for me it's not like aiming for a big goal. Of course I have my big dream that is becoming world champion, but I know that in order to achieve that I need to go step by step. And I'm pretty disciplined about that part of my career. I don't want to start calling like in my first fight, oh, I want Charles Oliveira, like, you know, I know where I am and I want to go step by step. So for me Apex is a good step.
And finally I wanted to ask, your English is very good. How'd you learn English?
Oh, my parents. Oh, I love my parents, you know. It's because back in Mexico, I used to go to a bilingual school and I can take an F in math, in Spanish, like in history, and my parents doesn't give a fuck, but in English, they go like, man, you better take an A on English because that's important. And it's funny because now that I'm in this point of my career, I realize that if you ask me about math stuff, I can't even remember like all that, but the English is so important, and not only for US. Like in all the world, in Thailand, I don't speak Thai, but I speak English, so that allows me to get better communication. And also with the interviews, all this is because I speak English, and it helps me to keep growing my career. And also in the gym with training partners, like, yeah, I this is all for my parents. So
awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time. If you want to plug your social media, any sponsors you might have, you want to thank anybody, the floor is yours.
Oh, yeah, of course, if you want to follow me on my social media, my Instagram is Daniel Zellhuber, my Facebook is Daniel Golden Boy Zellhuber, and my Twitter is Golden Boy Zellhuber. So if you want to follow me, you're going to be so happy there. I didn't post too much, but I promise I'm going to start posting more. And I also want to thank especially to my parents if they are seeing this, for giving me such an amazing education, and to all the people that it's always helping me.
Make sure to subscribe to the LowKickMMA YouTube channel for all the latest news, event previews, and interviews with some of the biggest stars in MMA.